This podcast presents concise summaries of each of the articles and columns in this issue of OCN in the order they appeared in the paper. For details, please refer to the articles and columns, which are posted at www.ocn.me. Jim Maguire, who passed away at 96, was an extraordinary collector, filling 2 barns with a vast array of antiques since the 1980s. His collection, housed in a place he called Maguireville, included unique items like tuberculosis quarantine huts, a hearse, and antique farm equipment, all spread across his 25-acre property. Maguire's passion for collecting began later in life, initially inspired by his wife, Donna, and he fondly recalled their adventures in antique shopping. Among his prized possessions was a money-changing gadget from the 1800s, showcasing his interest in historical memorabilia, much of which he acquired from sales in Waverly, Iowa. As for the future of his extensive collection, Maguire expressed hope that it could be preserved, a sentiment echoed by his son, Kevin, who acknowledged the challenge of maintaining such a legacy. The Lewis Palmer D38 Board of Education has appointed Amber Whetstine as superintendent starting July 1. Whetstine, previously the interim superintendent, received praise for her leadership on key district projects. The Parent and Community Advisory Committee aims to strengthen ties with the Board of Education in the coming year. The Financial Transparency Committee plans to enhance community involvement in the budget process. The board approved a new high school history curriculum after community and teacher reviews. Recognitions included the Barbotics team and D38 Enterprise for their achievements in competitions and business operations. The district's strategic plan focuses on improving student safety and reducing behavioral issues by 2027. On May 19, the Monument Town Council appointed Madeline VanDenHoek as the new town manager after she served as interim since June 2024. The decision was challenging due to the qualifications of both candidates, with hopes expressed for the other candidate to remain involved. Councilmember Laura Cronick praised VanDenHoek's educational applications during interviews, leading to her recommendation. The council unanimously voted 6-0 to appoint VanDenHoek, who was then sworn in officially. Budget discussions revealed a projected general fund revenue increase to $14.6 million, with adjustments made for financial discrepancies. The council also addressed the vacancy left by Councilmember Jim Romanello's passing, planning to appoint a replacement soon. In conclusion, the council is focused on financial sustainability and community engagement while moving forward with new developments and strategic plans. Our community news is excited to announce new features aimed at enhancing connections within the Tri-Lakes community. The website now allows users to engage by posting questions and comments on articles, columns, and podcasts, fostering a more interactive experience. Listeners can choose between quick AI-generated highlights or full verbatim readings of news articles, with easy navigation options available on the site. Additionally, the monthly audio podcasts now include video versions with animated subtitles, making them accessible on platforms like YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. To stay updated, community members can sign up for a free newsletter and explore local events on the OCN YouTube channel, ensuring they never miss out on important happenings. The Monument Academy School Board met to discuss the 2025-26 budget, curriculum, and policies during meetings on May 8 and 9. Finance Director Laura Poland presented a proposed budget based on a per-pupil revenue of $11,080, anticipating an enrollment of over 1,090 students. General fund revenues increased by $156,000, while expenses decreased by $1.4 million, leading to a balanced budget across various programs. Interim CFO Glenn Gustafson noted the budget was tight due to declining enrollment but expressed hope for meeting projections. The board approved resolutions for interfund borrowing and budget appropriations, emphasizing the need for a sustainable financial model for preschool. Gustafson announced the approval of the Employee Retention Tax Credit, expecting a total of up to $1.9 million, which will be managed prudently. In curriculum updates, 2 new courses were proposed, and the board reviewed policies, including a revised high school dress code and a penmanship policy. The Lewis Palmer D38 Parent and Community Advisory Committee held a special meeting on May 13 to discuss budget matters for the upcoming school year. Chief Business Officer Brett Ridgway reported that per-pupil revenue is expected to increase by 2.7%, slightly higher than the previous estimate of 2.5%. Health insurance costs are projected to rise by 13.5%, with the district and employees sharing the increase equally. The district plans to reduce its annual capital investment by $500,000 to facilitate an average pay increase of 3% for staff. Funding for various programs will be supported by new legislation and short-term financing, while the district aims to maintain efficiency in spending. The committee discussed strategies to gather more community input for budget planning, including surveys and prioritization meetings. As the meeting concluded, it was noted that there will be 2 vacancies on the Board of Education in November, and the committee may help find volunteers to fill these positions. At the Monument Planning Commission meeting on May 14, 2 key projects were discussed for approval recommendations. The first project involved a public hearing for outdoor storage at 836 Cynthus Avenue, where concerns about landscaping and lighting were raised. The applicant, Mr. Chandler, assured that privacy would be maintained with trees and that lighting would be downward-facing to minimize light pollution. Commissioner Green proposed a motion to approve the outdoor storage with conditions, which passed with a vote of 5-1. The second project, Legacy at Jackson Landing, is a proposed 30-acre commercial development featuring a major retailer, hotel, and restaurants, located near I-25. Commissioners discussed traffic concerns and the need for a comprehensive traffic impact study, emphasizing the importance of safe access points for the development. The Planning Commission unanimously approved the sketch plan for Legacy at Jackson Landing, highlighting the need for community engagement before final approvals. The Palmer Lake Board of Trustees is considering a 24-acre annexation for a Buc-ee's travel center. A public hearing was held on May 29 to discuss the annexation petition and its implications. Independent reports funded by Buc-ee's analyzed financial, water, and traffic impacts of the proposal. Projected revenues from the travel center could reach $31.8 million by 2027, with significant tax implications. Concerns were raised about the town's increased operating costs and the developer's financial responsibilities. Water infrastructure improvements are estimated at $10.4 million, with Buc-ee's covering part of the costs. Traffic studies indicated Buc-ee's upgrades would improve I-25 efficiency, with minimal impact on local roads. Public comments during the hearing expressed opposition, focusing on water availability and community concerns. Legal issues regarding the annexation process were addressed, emphasizing compliance with state laws. The board ultimately voted to confirm the annexation eligibility, despite public dissent. Future board meetings are scheduled for June, where further discussions on the annexation will continue. The Monument Fire District Board meeting on May 28 recognized Secretary Jason Buckingham for his 9 years of service. They welcomed new Director Cody Peterson and discussed filling Buckingham's vacated seat. The board approved revised financing terms for an $18 million lease/purchase agreement for Station 3's rebuild. Fire Chief Andy Kovacs presented Buckingham with a plaque and statue in appreciation of his contributions. Director positions were assigned, with Mark Gunderman as president and Dwayne Garrett as secretary. The board plans to interview 4 residents interested in filling Buckingham's remaining term. Financial updates showed the district is on track with revenues and expenses for the year. The accreditation process is progressing well, with 14 recommendations to be addressed in 5 years. The next board meeting is scheduled for June 25, with ongoing construction updates for district facilities. On April 28, the Woodmoor Water and Sanitation District Board approved the design for Well 12R and awarded a drilling contract to Hydro Resources. During a subsequent meeting on May 6, 2 new board members were sworn in, and officers were elected, including the re-election of Brian Bush as president. Project engineer Rachel Free presented 2 designs for Well 12R, ultimately recommending an enhanced design that would improve efficiency despite a higher cost. Hydro Resources won the drilling contract with a bid of $1.17 million, significantly lower than competing bids. The board also approved a license agreement allowing Colorado Springs Utilities access to a pump station through WWSD land for maintenance purposes. Operational reports highlighted the district's financial strength and ongoing projects, including a water reuse initiative known as the Loop. The meeting concluded with an executive session to discuss potential agreements with the Lewis Palmer School District. The Donala Water and Sanitation District Board met in May to swear in new directors and discuss operational matters, relocating due to office closures from a drilling project. Wayne Vanderschwer and Kenneth Judd took their oaths, with Vanderschwer continuing as president and the other officers remaining unchanged. The district offices are temporarily closed for safety during the well re-drilling project, with alternative payment drop box locations provided for customers. The board is considering changes to how sanitation charges are calculated, particularly for customers with water leaks or those who are away during winter months. Accounts payable specialist Christina Hawker proposed a sanitation charge adjustment request form and a minimum rate for snowbirds to ensure fair billing practices. General Manager Jeff Hodge reported on the district's financial status and ongoing projects, including the Loop Water Reuse Initiative, which is exploring various funding options. The meeting concluded with an executive session for Hodge's annual review, and the next board meeting is scheduled for June 19. The El Paso County Regional Loop Water Authority held its first meeting under a new charter requiring 2 representatives from each participating district. Representatives from the Donala Water and Sanitation District, the Town of Monument, and the Woodmoor Water and Sanitation District were introduced during the meeting. The board elected new officers, with Jesse Schaefer continuing as president, Christina Hawker as treasurer, and Tom Tharnish as secretary, while all members were named assistant secretaries. Financial updates revealed that the Loop had received $54,000 in invoices and was preparing requests for additional funding from the American Recovery Plan Act to support its budget. Operational reports indicated progress on the Loop's water treatment plant design and ongoing requests for proposals for pipeline construction, with the next meeting scheduled for June 19. At the recent Monument Sanitation District meeting, District Manager Mark Parker reported on a wastewater release that prompted an emergency response and raised questions about the ownership of a problematic manhole. The manhole, located at Raspberry Point Townhomes, was found to be privately owned, but Parker decided to involve the district due to concerns about wastewater potentially reaching Monument Lake. After addressing the initial overflow, a second issue was discovered, leading to further cleaning efforts, while the Homeowners Association claimed the manhole belonged to the district based on a verbal agreement with a previous manager. Parker indicated that the district has incurred costs between $5,000 to $7,000 for the issue, and he plans to continue discussions with the Homeowners Association to clarify ownership. During the meeting, auditors presented preliminary results of the 2024 audit, noting minor issues with bank account reconciliations but overall positive findings regarding the district's financial management. Shannon Clark was welcomed to the board, replacing term-limited member John Howe, and the board elected new officers, including Dan Hamilton as president and Janet Ladowski as secretary. The next Monument Sanitation District meeting is scheduled for June 18, and community members are encouraged to attend for updates and discussions on district matters. The Triview Metropolitan District Board approved a resolution to reimburse expenses for the Higbee Road project. A traffic study is underway, and the Consumer Confidence Water Study is now public. The district held an election for 3 board positions, with Gibbons and Jajola sworn in during the meeting. The $12.6 million bond for the Higbee Road widening passed with over 60% approval from voters. The district plans to issue the bonds in late July, pending market conditions and interest rates. A traffic study by Kimley Horn aims to improve safety and flow at key intersections. The district is working to reduce unaccounted water loss and replace aging meters to improve accuracy. Financial reports show the district is making progress, with $11 million in the bank and reduced debt service mills. The next board meeting is scheduled for June 19, with a workshop on June 20 for updates. The Woodmoor Improvement Association Board convened on May 28 to address fire education, prairie dog mitigation, and updates to rules and regulations. Director of Forestry Jason Hen announced a fire education seminar on June 14, focusing on wildfire management and vegetation health, with an RSVP deadline of June 6. Free chipping days for residents will occur on June 21 to 22 and July 26 to 27 at Lewis Palmer High School, allowing the drop-off of specific yard waste materials. President Brian Bush discussed a request for prairie dog mitigation in the South Woodmoor Preserve, noting the board's previous choice of carbon monoxide for environmental reasons. Updates to rules will include electric vehicle regulations, while discussions on mini-bikes and e-bikes are ongoing among board members. Public Safety Director Brad Gleason warned of increased mail theft during graduation season and recommended secure mailbox options to residents. The next WIA board meeting is scheduled for June 25, continuing the association's commitment to community safety and improvement. Over the past 8 years, the Triview Metropolitan District has successfully transformed from a region struggling with water shortages to one equipped with ample renewable water resources for future generations. This achievement is largely attributed to the leadership of outgoing board members, President Mark Melville, Vice President Anthony Sexton, and Secretary/Treasurer James Barnhart. They facilitated the acquisition of over 2,100 acre-feet of renewable water, meeting 95% of Triview's future water needs, and collaborated on the Northern Delivery System to transport water from distant sources. Additionally, plans for 2 reservoirs will allow Triview to store 19,500 acre-feet of water, enhancing drought resistance and fostering partnerships with other municipalities. Improvements to local infrastructure, such as the widening of Jackson Creek Parkway and Higbee Road, have also been initiated to enhance safety and support community growth. In conclusion, the efforts of the Triview Board have significantly secured the community's future, and residents are encouraged to express their gratitude to these dedicated leaders. Mrs. Molly Ketchell, a math teacher at LPHS, expresses gratitude to the Tri-Lakes Women's Club for funding a box set of 10 bouncy bands. Bouncy bands are designed to attach to student desks or chairs, allowing students to fidget quietly and maintain focus without disturbing their peers. Research indicates that students using these bands can stay on task nearly 10% longer, enhancing their learning experience. While Mrs. Ketchell previously had some bands, the new funding ensures that every student will have their own, fulfilling a strong demand from her class. In conclusion, the support from the Tri-Lakes Women's Club is greatly appreciated, as it significantly benefits student focus and stress relief in the classroom. Classic Homes has undergone a complex and costly journey with its residential development, Flying Horse North, initially planning for 283 large lots and an 18-hole golf course. Despite the Black Forest Land Use Committee's preference for preserving natural habitats, the county approved the developer's vision of a golf course as open space. After several filings, a shocking new plan proposed transforming the remaining land into 846 smaller lots and a luxury hotel, raising concerns about increased traffic and infrastructure demands. Ultimately, the county commissioners approved this new plan, but Classic Homes later reverted to the original design of larger lots, completing the cycle of development changes. The community expressed relief at this decision, appreciating the return to the original plan and the preservation of the area's character without the anticipated urbanization. Start your summer with exciting cookbooks that cater to various cooking needs and preferences. One standout is The Complete Cookbook for Teen Chefs, which offers over 70 teen-tested recipes designed to inspire young cooks with global flavors and essential kitchen skills. For those with busy schedules, Easy Weeknight Dinners provides 100 quick and flavorful meals that can be prepared in as little as 10 minutes, perfect for individuals and families alike. Giada De Laurentiis's Super Italian emphasizes healthy eating through Italian superfoods, showcasing how simple cooking can lead to better health and enjoyment of meals. Lastly, Cooking for One offers practical solutions for solo cooks, featuring appealing recipes that minimize waste and make cooking a delightful experience. The annual summer adventure, organized by Friends of the Pikes Peak Library District, runs from June 2 to July 31 and invites participants of all ages to join in the fun. This year's theme, Color Our World, offers various prizes for reading and creative activities, including books for children and teens, and wildflower seeds for adults. Exciting grand prizes include family memberships to the YMCA, tickets to Air Force Academy events, and gift cards to local restaurants and entertainment venues. Several engaging programs are scheduled, such as a Peter Rabbit story session, terrarium design for teens, and workshops on fairy lore and Dungeons and Dragons. Registration is required for many events, and participants can sign up online or at the library, with a reminder that all facilities will be closed on July 4 for Independence Day. At a recent meeting of the Palmer Lake Historical Society, historian Patrick Ryan discussed Nikola Tesla's connection to Colorado Springs and his ongoing research into the inventor's life. Ryan shared that Tesla, born in 1856 during a storm, had a remarkable career that included significant contributions to the development of alternating current technology. He highlighted Tesla's time working for Thomas Edison and his later achievements, including a notable exhibit at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair where he was dubbed the Wizard of Physics. During his research in Colorado Springs, Tesla famously caused a blackout while testing his magnifying transmitter, an incident that Ryan clarified was settled with a paid invoice. Ryan concluded that despite facing skepticism during his lifetime, many of Tesla's inventions, such as wireless technology and fluorescent lighting, are now widely used and appreciated. In a recent article, Janet Sellers emphasizes the importance of reconnecting with nature, highlighting that our disconnection reflects a loss of connection to ourselves. With recent rains benefiting high-altitude landscapes, controlling weedy grasses is essential for fire safety and pest reduction, and natural methods are available to protect families and wildlife. Biodynamic gardening, which views the garden as a self-sustaining ecosystem, is gaining traction for its effectiveness and simplicity, particularly in European vineyards that have seen significant success using these methods. In contrast, synthetic herbicides like glyphosate pose health risks and environmental concerns, making natural alternatives like vinegar and mulch more appealing for weed control. By integrating natural methods such as mowing, mulching, and biodynamic practices, gardeners can create a sustainable and enjoyable gardening experience while fostering a deeper connection with nature. Alan Parker emphasizes the importance of art in education, stating that it should be prioritized as it helps individuals navigate the world around them. Sketching is highlighted as a fundamental skill in various creative fields, contributing significantly to the thriving art and cultural sector, which has outpaced the overall economy's growth. Engaging with art fosters creativity and problem-solving abilities, activating brain functions that enhance both artistic and academic performance. The rising interest in integrating art with STEM fields, particularly in creative roles at companies like Google, showcases the demand for innovative thinkers who can merge creativity with technology. Local art events and opportunities, such as art fairs and community gatherings, provide valuable exposure to the arts, encouraging community engagement and support for artists. Event listings may change, so verify details before attending. The Black Forest offers a mulch program for fire-wise mitigation with a $10 dumping fee. Colorado EBT benefits provide a dollar-for-dollar match for local produce purchases at farmers markets. The Trailability program allows individuals with disabilities to access nature trails using terrain hoppers. Volunteers are needed for gardening and park maintenance through Friends of Fox Run Park. NAMI offers a support group for parents of youth facing mental health challenges, meeting monthly online. Larkspur Church provides a food bank and care center for those in need, along with donation options. Tri-Lakes Cares seeks donations to support its food pantry and human services for the community. Community involvement is encouraged through various volunteer opportunities across El Paso County. Thank you for joining us for highlights from the articles and columns from this issue of OCN. To dive into the full articles and columns or explore more content, visit www.ocn.me. Don't miss out, sign up for our community newsletter to stay updated with every new post.